Thank you very much for joining us. You are staying with us to discuss our further updates. U.S. President Donald Trump confirmed on Tuesday that the trade deal between the United States and India has not yet been finalized. This comes despite ongoing negotiations. Trump has been pressing for greater access for American goods in India, particularly in areas like agriculture and manufacturing. India, in turn, has shown interest in expanding its market for U.S. products, but has not yet agreed on the terms. The trade imbalance between the two countries remains a key issue, with the U.S. importing $87.4 billion worth in goods from India in 2024, while only exporting $41.8 billion in return, resulting in a $45.7 billion trade deficit for the United States. Trump's remarks indicate that the clock is ticking as the August 1st deadline for a potential tariff increase nears. Listen in to what the US president had to say.
Is the deal with India finalized?
No, it's not.
Okay. So what rate are you expecting?
Well, we're going to see. We're going to see. But India's been a good friend, but India has charged basically more tariffs than almost any other country. You know that, right? Over the years. But now I'm in charge, and you just can't do that.
We're once again joined by Joyita Basu. Joyita, why do you think that this trade deal is not yet finalized, especially despite months of negotiations and multiple looming deadlines?
Well, not months of negotiations. There have been 5 rounds of negotiations, and the 6th round got postponed primarily because the Indians made it clear to the Americans that, listen, the gap is too wide. You know, the Gulf is, it cannot be bridged right now because because if you see the kind of trade deals Mr. Trump has been striking with the certain other countries, the EU trade deal, for example, it's basically strong arm tactics where he takes everything, but the other side does not get anything. All right, this is not a question of rivalry. When you are talking about any FTA, free trade agreement, any trade deal, there has to be give and take, like the way it happened in the India-UK trade deal, which was signed last week. What Trump is looking for is basically a colonization process. Basically, what he is looking at is extortion, and that is something India is not going to agree to. Agriculture sector, when it comes to they want to open up, so that is not going to open up because that is our core sector. We cannot allow our farmers to be hurt. Now, if Mr. Trump does not understand that, because you see, then he will give us 25% tariff from August 1st. So let it be, because Indian government is also, India is also prepared for that, is preparing for that, maybe as a temporary measure, because when you are giving us 24.5%, think of, you know, the number, the kind of generics that we supply to America, the drugs, when your pharmacies will hurt because prices will go up by 25%, that is when the American consumer will be unhappy with Trump.
Donald Trump obviously said there's a $45.7 billion trade deficit with the United States. Donald Trump would believe this is fair. India has not been fair in its trade practices with the United States, and that's why these tariffs are getting imposed. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, what fair and unfairness is talking about? Have you checked out the deficit that is there? How many hundreds of billions of dollars that is there with between China and the U.S. And what did he do with China? He just buckled under pressure in front of China. You know, this is not going to work. This is something Mr. Trump needs to realize, that India is a sovereign country. He is dealing with a civilizational nation. He is not dealing with tin pot countries like Pakistan and small countries like that. When you deal with us like a big country. We are the 4th largest economy in the world now. Mr. Trump cannot bully us into submission. And if there is a deficit, it is the US fault. First, go and fix your deficit with China and then come and show us the red eye.
Yes, Joyita Basu, thank you very much for joining us on the program.